Hey there blues fans, John here with the Blues Guitar Institute, and this is your Tuesday Blues. In this lesson we're going to continue exploring the Mississippi Hill Country sound, and today in particular we're going to focus on something in the style of Robert Belfour. I think you're really going to dig it, so stay tuned. Alright gang, I am super excited to talk to you today about Mississippi Hill Country Blues. We've done a couple of lessons on this already, and this has a tremendously unique sound. It's different to me from Delta Blues, it's different from Piedmont Blues in a lot of ways. It's characterized by just this driving beat, very few, if any, chord changes, and just these super cool licks. Some of the cool players that you want to check out are R.L. Burnside, Junior Kimbrough, and of course Mississippi Fred McDowell. And today we're going to take a look at Robert Belfour's style of playing. Now to get into that, we're going to tune our guitar down, way down. This is kind of based off of an open G tuning, Spanish tuning, but it's down a minor third or 3 half steps, so that your guitar, basically all the strings are going to be much, much lower. Let me give you the notes that you need. We're going to go from the 6th string all the way up to the 1st string, so the lowest to highest here. The 6th string needs to come down, way down from an E. Typically in standard, we're going to come down to a B. Super low sound. And then we're going to play the 5th string at an E. We're going to tune it to an E. So that's coming way down as well. Then we've got the 4th string is now a B. That matches the 6th string. Should. And then we've got the 3rd string at an E. So far we've got B, E, B, E. Then this 2nd string is coming way down from a B to a G sharp. And then finally the 1st string is another B. So real quick, from low to high, we've got B, E, B, E, G sharp, B. And grab your tuner and you'll spend some time getting into this tuning. This is really low. My guitar's not wonderfully set up for this low tuning, but it's definitely something fun to jump into and really experiment, and you're going to need it for today's lesson. All right, so without further ado, let's get into the instruction for playing that piece that you just heard. As with most things fingerpicking, the real trouble is getting your thumb to do its thing while bringing the fingers in to do some melody work or chord work. In this case, we've got the thumb kind of on autopilot here, just driving through this bass. And that's a palm mute over the 5th string, and it's just going to be played constant. So this is a constant bass where this bass just kind of drones over the lead work, the fret work that we're going to do. But it's okay if you want to push through. We really want some aggressive attack here, so it's okay to push through and kind of hit that 4th string a little bit. So don't worry if you're just hitting, don't focus too much on just hitting the 5th string. You can push through, and that just kind of adds to the overall thud sound that we're looking for here. Remember to keep that palm mute across the lower strings, but not the higher strings, because we're going to let those ring out with our licks. So you want to get to a spot where you can do this for quite a while in time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? But for right now, we're going to leave that bass concept behind. We're just going to focus on the lick, this sort of 2 sets of call and response. And what's happening on the fretboard here is I'm playing the 3rd fret of the 3rd string, and then the 1st on the 2nd, and then up to the 3rd fret on the 2nd. So that's kind of the call. All right, and then the response to that is this. So what's happening there is we've got the 1st fret on the 2nd string, and kind of just remain in this general position for this set of licks. It's going to come in real handy. So that last little bit is a pull off from the 3rd fret, 3rd string to the open. So hear how these little lick fragments, they sound okay by themselves, definitely. But what's really cool is when you put them together, you get a more complete thought. And that's really the heart of this call and response idea. And remember I said we've got 2 sets of this call and response. So that's one, and the second sounds like this. So there's a little more happening on the back half of this. You can tell the first part is the same. But what we're going to do is do a little more pull off in this kind of working back down for this response. So what's happening there is I'm pulling off from the 3rd fret on the 2nd string back down to this note here on the 1st, then hit the 3rd string, then back to the 2nd string 1st fret, and that 3rd string note's on the 3rd fret, by the way. Then we do our pull off, 3rd string 3rd fret. Then we're going to move down onto the 4th string 3rd fret, hit that note, and then the open 3rd string. And that works as a more intricate response to this. I'll play it together. So now let's listen through, and I won't play the bass, just to focus on this set of licks and this call and response idea here that we're building. I'm just going to play both sets of the call and response. As I mentioned, the real trouble spot is bringing in the bass and getting it. So I highly recommend going slow, tap your foot, play along with a backing track or a metronome here to make sure that your thumb is locking in with the beat. I'll play this slowly so that you can get an idea of how the bass comes back into this and you play the licks on top. Again. For the second part of this little piece that we're working on here, we're going to move up into a different position and really work on the top 2 strings. And it's a great complement to that sort of lick melodic deal that we just covered. Let's hear it. I'll play it through up to speed and then slowly, and then we'll come back and we'll take you through the notes here. Okay, so what's happening here is we're working on the top 2 strings, and I'm sliding in, and sort of the real contour of this is similar to the melody created by that first set of licks. You can tell the rhythm is kind of the same. We're going up in a lot of the same places. So it's based on that, but it's a great complement to working in this lower set of notes here. So we're sliding in and we're keeping that bass going, but what's happening with the lick is I'm sliding in from the 1st fret to the 3rd fret on the 2nd string, and I want to get into this little mini bar situation here. So I'm barring across the top 2 strings, because right when you slide in, you'll want to roll through and catch that 1st string, and then up to the 5th fret on the 1st string. And it's quite alright to brush up through the top 2 strings. I think it adds a real cool hill country sound. Alright, so that's the first little call of this bit. And then the response is just kind of an answer to that. So we slide and just work our way back down to this 3rd fret 1st string note. Like that. So those two together sound like this. Then we're going to, in much the same way we did over this lick part, we're going to repeat that first bit and slide in. But then we're going to let things get a little bit interesting for this 4th little phrase in this bit. That's what we're looking at there. And what we're doing is we're going to pull off from 5 to 3 on the 1st string, roll through the 2nd string under the bar and then the 1st, then pick up and play the open 1st string, then get back into this position because you're going to hit the 1st string on the 1st fret on the 2nd string, do a little pull off and roll into the open 1st string. We'll clean that up a little bit. So when we put the bass in, and I'll play this through slowly, we've got sort of this higher set of licks here around the 3rd and the 5th fret, and it'll sound like this. Now it's definitely the idea to put these two together. So I'll play through the lick piece rather slowly, and then we'll match it right up with this sliding set of licks here around the 3rd and the 5th fret. Here's what we get when we do that. Now let's play through this up to speed, both of these sets of licks. I hope you dig this lesson, and if you do and you got something out of it, hit the subscribe button if you're watching this on YouTube. It's a great way to support this channel and make sure that you get every single Tuesday blues lesson delivered right to you. If you're looking for a place to start in acoustic blues, I highly recommend BGI's Acoustic Blues Jumpstart. We build things with a real ground-up approach, and the first 3 lessons are absolutely free. You can sign up at bluesguitarinstitute.com and get started playing some great acoustic blues today.